Twitter is dead. Long live Bluesky. The man who founded Twitter and then sold it to Elon Musk for $43 billion recently launched a new social media service called Bluesky that, well, seems like it's sort of designed to kill Twitter altogether. I managed to score an invite to the platform before its release and have had a look around, and I think that there's a good chance that this service and ones like it that are coming down the pipeline could ultimately form a new backbone for all future social media. Just about every social media service that I've used since I joined Facebook back in 2005 has followed a predictable path. The service offers a new, free way to connect with friends by sharing photos, quips, or silly dances, and it's just so awesome that everyone wants to join the party. Suddenly, millions or even billions of people are dancing together. And then the platform turns to some sort of monetization strategy or another, usually selling ads in the feed or selling your data to the highest bidder. This begins the rapid process of what Cory Doctorow calls enshittification. In a matter of months, or maybe years, the social network starts dismantling all of the things that users used to love about the service. They clog it up with ads and make it harder for you to connect with all of the other people who used to dance there with you. You find it hard to leave, though, because you've already have this habit of visiting the site, and of course, it's also where all of your friends are. So it's hard to find a new party where everyone is having fun together. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and now even TikTok are all enshittified. Indeed, after Elon Musk's takeover of Twitter, it's so bad that the bluebird logo in the top right corner was recently replaced by a cryptocurrency pump and dump scam used to inflate the value of Dogecoin. Not only that, but where Twitter used to operate as something of a public square for civil discourse, now Musk seems to be playing favorites with the verification program and is pointedly attacking journalists for reporting on the goings-on in the company. Twitter feels more like a social media fiefdom that operates at the whims of an adolescent monarch than a place for the free exchange of ideas. As a side note, you might have noticed that I didn't put YouTube on the enshittification list. I did a video about why it's been somewhat spared from the inevitable slide into the dung pile because of a slightly different business model. But that's another story. Bluesky has the potential to change the social media game entirely because as a decentralized network, it's explicitly designed to avoid enshittification. Every other social media service shares the same central design, where once you've established yourself there, found your friends, ginned up an audience, and started to share your funny dances, you're locked in. Now, no matter how bad the service gets, you can't leave and bring the dance party with you. This is because even though your friends might be there because they wanted to dance with you, they signed up to the platform and have to abide by whatever rules and algorithms that the host of the party wants to put out. Effectively, this means that you might have signed up for a service that was all about disco, but ended up having to listen to someone's MLM pitch. Decentralized architecture flips that party logic on its head. When you connect with friends and followers at a place like Bluesky, you own the network of connections that you built up. Your friends connect directly to a public identity that you have, and should you decide that the service isn't good enough or that there's a better party somewhere else, you can simply take your entire friend network to that other platform as long as that platform uses the same underlying architecture. And then presto, all your friends are dancing there right with you at this new awesome party. This creates incentive for the platform to actually care about what users think of the service after they've joined. In other words, the platform always has to work to throw the best party in town, or the guests are going to find another dance floor. There are a couple other decentralized networks out there, of course, but none of them are very good. You might remember that when Musk first took over Twitter, that millions of people fled to a service called Mastodon, only to discover that they had no idea actually how to use it. It is a convoluted mess run by a lone programmer with a budget of almost nothing. Now, Bluesky, it has the potential to be so much more. Lest we forget, Jack Dorsey is the now billionaire who founded Twitter and built it into the dominant microblogging platform that it is today. Journalists and academics flock to it as a way to take the pulse of the world's public discourse, and it fostered new relationships and ways to connect with people. Once you're logged on to Bluesky, it functions almost exactly like Twitter. You have 300 characters to play with, can post images, follow other people, mute them, and pretty much anything else you can do on Twitter. But there's one key difference located in the settings. You have the option to change your handle and to move it to another domain that uses the same protocols. And not only that, but based on the technology, it also seems that once more developers start using the open source system, that you'll be able to move your network over to a clone service for, say, something like Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, or anything else that gets built on this architecture. All that needs to happen to make this a reality is for users to actually start using this service. Even before Elon started signaling his intention to turn Twitter into a dystopian pet project, Dorsey was already working on what he called AT Protocol. The project existed inside of a walled garden with no public face, but Dorsey tweeted in 2019 that his plan was to eventually put Twitter on this decentralized standard. Maybe the project was underfunded, or maybe it got taken over by the enthusiasm for cryptocurrency and NFTs. But we didn't hear much about it until after Elon Musk leveraged his fortune to take over Twitter entirely. That's when Bluesky seemed to get more wind under its sails, at least publicly. My guess is that moving Twitter over to this new standard was going to be pretty difficult at that time and would probably have upset investors, which is why it didn't get much traction over the last 4 years. But after Twitter's sale, Dorsey is free to put all of his energies into Bluesky, and I'm going to make a bold prediction here that as Musk continues to enshitify Twitter, he's going to provoke a mass exodus to decentralized platforms. Bluesky is the obvious choice. Right now, you need to get a special invite to get into Bluesky, which requires you to sign up for the wait list, and then I think there's some sort of lottery that then will give you a code and then you get in. I put my request in the second I heard about Bluesky, and it took me about 2 months to get my invite. But I'll put a link down below in the description for how you can get an invite, so then maybe we can all sign up for this dance party together. I also have some interesting write-ups down there about the underlying architecture if you want to nerd out a little bit. And though there isn't a lot of activity on Bluesky just yet, there is a definite uptick. You can find me there at scottcarney.bsky.social, or I think just by searching out my name in the search function. My hope is that this is going to be the social media standard of the future, eventually moving the entire social media world over to a standard that works as a bulwark against enshittification. Users will be in control of the dance party all over again. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to know a little bit more about how bad centralized architecture has become, check out my video on how the blue check mark on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram aren't only worthless now, but actually signify the exact opposite thing of what they used to.